Aslam class, welcome to today's lesson for maths. So far in the last few lessons, we've been looking at fractions and looking more recently about how to find fractions of amounts. First of all, we started finding a unit fraction of an amount, and then we went on to finding a non-unit fraction of an amount. Today's lesson is going to extend on that work by finding fractions of quantities. So, but before we do that, as always, we're going to do you're going to complete your I get the words out of my mouth, arithmetic. So here we are. Here are your questions for today. If you can pause the video, and then we'll go through the answers together as a class. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you've done a good job on them. I'm going to stop sharing the screen so you can, so I can see what I'm doing on my screen, and you can see the answers coming up on the board. So question number 1, 3 times 7 is 21. Question number 2, 4,563 and 5,436. So 4,000 plus 5,000 is 9,000. 500 plus 400 is 900. 60 plus 30 is 90. And 6 plus 3 is 9. So you should get 9999. Today's date is a Roman numeral. 26 is 2 X's, 1 V, and 1 I. And then it's the second. And then 2021. Okay. Question number 4. What 7/12ths add 21/12ths? So we just add the numerators together. So 21 plus 7 is equal to 21 over 12. We could express that as a mixed number as well. So how many 12s go into 28? We get 2, and then we get 4 remaining. Okay. 5 times 7, we can also have as 35. Question number 6, 32 divided by 4 is equal to 8. Question 7, what is 5 millimeters in centimeters? So we need to divide this number by 10, and we get 1.5 centimeters. Question 8, what is 2,000 meters in kilometers? Again, we need to divide this number by, this time by 1,000, and that gives us 1.2 kilometers. Question 9, what is 2:15 on a 24-hour clock PM? So that's 14 hours and 15 minutes. And then for the last question, 36 divided by 12 gives you 3. Mark your questions, please. Well done if you've got all of them correct. Okay, I'm going to go back and we're going to share the screen with you, so you can move on for today's lesson. Okay, so for today we're going to be trying to find, or can you use your fractions to calculate quantities of amounts? Okay, just another way of saying, can you find a fraction of an amount? So the video is going to be quite short today anyway, but anyway, let's have a look at this quick starter. Which one of these fractions is the odd one out? Okay, which one do you think is the odd one out? So what we need to do is need to calculate very quickly what these all are. So half of 48, is equal to 24. Okay, 2/3 of 26. So, sorry, 36. How many 3s go into 36? It's 12. Times that by 2 also gives us 24. So they're the same. 1/10 of 240. So this is a unit fraction. We're just dividing by the denominator, nothing to do with the numerator. That's also 24. 3/4 of 32. We know that 1/4 of 32 is divided by 4, which gives us 8. We've got 3 of them. 8 times 3 is also 24. 1/5 of 115. Okay, so how many 5s are there that go into 115? If you're not too sure, quickly do a calculation like this, but I believe the answer is 23. Yep, so 23 go into that. Oh, look, we can see now where our odd number is. So 1/5 of 115 is the odd one out, because all the others, and if you worked out 1/8 of 92, you'd also get 24. Okay, so well done if you got that one correct. Okay, so here's a question on the board. Now, tells us if 1/5 is worth 4, what is 1 whole worth? And the way we do this is that we add in the counters. We know that each fifth has to have a 4 in it, don't we? Because when you split a whole amount into a fraction, you are dividing that whole amount into equal parts. So a fifth is going to be a fifth, a fifth, a fifth, and a fifth, and they're all going to contain 4. So let's put 4 dots in each part of our whole. Oh, that one's gone a bit squiffy. And then you count them all up. An easier way to do it, we know we've got 4 in each one, we've got 5 blocks in each one, so that we know that there are 20 counters that make up our whole. We know that there are 4 counters in each part. So 1/5 is equal to 4 is equal to 4. 2 parts, 1, 2, we've got 8. 3 parts, we've got 12. 4 parts, we've got 16. And then our final part, 5 fives, 1 whole, is equal to 20. So that's how you would work it out if you've got a question given like that. Remember that each part has to have the same amount because we've divided our whole into a fraction. And when you divide a whole into a fraction, you're dividing that whole into equal amounts of whatever the denominator is asking. So give this one a go for yourself. There are 7 counters in 1 part. Okay, can you please fill in the rest for me? Pause the video. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you got this one pretty spot on. So we know that there are 7 counters in 1 part. We know that our whole bar here has been cut into 4 equal parts. So therefore, 1/4, we're only looking at one of these parts. There are 7 counters in 1/4. How many counters are there in 2 parts? Well, we can either count, we know that there's 7 in both, so we can do 7 times 2, or you can just count them all up. But 7 times 2 is 14. And then we look at 3. How many have we got now in 3? 1, 2, 3. 7 plus 7 plus 7, or 3 times 7, which gives us 21. And then we know that if we add all of our counters up together and we times 7 by 4, because we've got 4 parts, we get 28. So well done if you got all of that correct. Now, here is a question that we're going to work through together. 1/5 of a bag of potatoes is 3 potatoes. We're going to use a bar model and counters to work out how many potatoes are in the whole bag. So if we know that 1/5 has 3 potatoes in it, a bag of potatoes, 1/5 of it is 3 potatoes. We know that all the other fifths have to have 3 because we're taking a whole amount, we divided it into 5 equal parts. So we know that we've got 3 potatoes there. We know we've got 3 potatoes here, 3 potatoes here, and 3 potatoes here. You count all of that up and your answer should be 15. Or a quicker way of doing it, if we know that 1/5 is equal to 3, to find out what 5/5 are, 1 whole, we multiply this number by the numerator, which gives us 15. Okay. Now, we can also have a table like this that can be a bit tricky. I'm going to fill in the first line for you, and then you're going to do the rest. So let's have a look. We've got our columns, whole, unit fraction, and a non-unit fraction. So the whole number is 24. 1/6 of 24 is what? So to find a unit fraction, you divide the denominator into our whole. So our whole is 24, divide that by 6, and we get 4. A non-unit fraction, we then take our unit fraction and we times it by the numerator of our non-unit fraction. So we're looking for 5/6 of 24. So we times 4 by 5, and that will give us 20. Okay, so now it's your turn. Pause the video and do the next 2, please. Okay, welcome back. Let's go through the answers. Now, this one's a little bit tricky because we don't know what the whole number is first. But what we do know, we've got a unit fraction of 30. So we know that 1/3 of a number has given us 30. What have we divided by 3 to give us 30? So we've had to have divided a number by 3 to give us 30. So what number could it be? You're right. If you said 90, you are exactly correct. So 1/3 of 90 is equal to 30. So our whole is 90. Now we know that 1/3 of 90 is equal to 30. 2/3, there should be a third there. 2/3 of 90 is going to equal 60. And then for the last question, 1/5. Okay, so we need to find out what we've divided by 5 to give us 30. So let's do the inverse. 30 times 5 is equal to 150. The whole is 150. So 3/5 of that. So what's 30 times 3? It is 90. Okay, so here are your tasks for today. Okay, so for task number 1, you need to complete the questions using them bars to help you answer the questions. Okay. For task number 2, for a bit more of a challenge, go through these questions, please. And then if you really want to push yourself, go on to task 3 and see how well you do here. Pause the video, whatever task you want to do, and we're going to quickly go through the answers. So complete the number sentences. 1/4 of 20, so is 5. For B, 1/5 of 20 is equal to 4. 1/10 of 20 is equal to 2. 1/4 of 40 is equal to 10. 1/8 of 40 is equal to 5. 1/8 of 80 is equal to 10. 1/3 of 36 is equal to 12. And 1/6 of 36 is equal to 6. And you can use the bars to check. For example, if this is 4, 4, 8, if this is 5, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, for the next question. Flip has a chocolate bar which weighs 5 equal pieces. It weighs 60 grams. What is the mass of one piece? So we're being asked to find 1/5 of 60. So 60 divided by 5 gives you 12. So the answer is 12 grams. Flip eats 3/5 of the chocolate bar. How many grams does Philip eat? So then we times 12 by 3. And so we now know he's eaten 36 grams of chocolate. And then complete the number sentences. 1/4 of 24 is 6, because 4 divided by 24 is 6. So 3/4 is 3 times 6, which is equal to 18. B, 1/7 of 35 is 5. 3/7 is going to be 15 because we times 5 by 3. And 5/7 is going to be 25. But this 8 for 32 is 4 because 8 goes into 32 4 times. So 5/8 is going to be 4 times 5, which is equal to 20. And then 5/8 is 64. So we know that 1/8 of 64 is 8. So 5/8 is going to be 5 times 8, which is 40. 7 times 8 is 56. And 10 times 8 is 80. So there we go for task 2. And then for task number 3, match the calculations to the answers. So 2/3 of 18. 1/3 of 18 is 6. 2/3 is going to be 12. 1/6 of 18 is 3. 5/6 is going to be 15. 10 lots of 20 is 2, 9 times 2 is 18, and then 4/5 go there. And then write each fraction in the correct circle below. Half of 16 is equal to 8. A quarter of 24 is equal to 6. 2/3 of 9 is also equal to 6. 3 2s are 4. So we've got 1 4 is 2. A half of 4 is equal to 2. We've got 3 of them, so that is also equal to 6. And then 1/6 of 48 is 8 as well. And then just write down a calculation in each circle, another fraction that you know of. Okay then guys, that's the video done for today. Hopefully you've found the fractions bearable. I know it's been quite a long time doing them, but you've done a really good job. Post your work up on the Tapestry. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.